You don't speak Spanish or no hablas inglés? No problem. We have included subtitles for English, Spanish, Portuguese, and French.
And I had a cousin that she was doing the same in Canada, and she was like, you have to download this dating app so you can meet people and be immersed with people that just speak English. I'm like, okay, I think it sounds good. So the first option was Tinder, I didn't know any other. And funny part of this story is he was my first match.
That's me would have it. I would happen to be her first match ever on Tinder.
First match on Tinder and the first person that I dated with.
And so she was shooting the guns, and as you pull the trigger, it ejects this spent casing, right? And it's hot because that has just ignited powder, it's extremely hot. So it was a very windy day, and so she's shooting, and when it shot, the bullet came out, and the wind blew it back into her, and it went down right down her shirt. Oh my God! She was freaking out.
One day we were at a dinner and he was like, okay, Camila, tell me the date. For me to go to Colombia was like, wait, what? Oh my God, this guy never wanted to get married.
Yeah, that kind of was my thing. Because that's the thing to do, right? You graduate high school, you get married, you get a job, and then you're just kind of stuck in that routine literally until you die. And I knew that that's not what I want. Maybe have kids in the future, maybe. Maybe not. I would say.
Introvert or extrovert?
I'm an introvert at heart, but I'm forced into extroverted roles.
Kind of like introvert in English, I'm extrovert in Spanish.
Sex or chocolate?
Yeah, I think you'd say sex.
Cat or dog?
Dogs for sure.
Big city or small town life?
I would say small towns just because you can enjoy big cities, but I feel like if you grew up in a big city, you don't appreciate small towns as much. So.
Friends with benefits or stable relationship?
Under stable relationships for sure.
Hawaii or Alaska?
I'm gonna go with Hawaii.
Backpacking or hotel?
Depends. Not for a long time, backpacking, maybe a few days.
Living forever or being able to teleport yourself?
Teleporting for sure.
So my name is Camila. I am 26 years old. I'm from Colombia, and I came here to the United States to learn English and to apply for a master. I'm a chemical engineer from Colombia, and I did a master's in engineering management. And now, because I married this guy, I'm in the process of the green card, so I can start working.
I'm Bowen. I am almost 29 next Friday. I grew up in a small town about an hour south of Atlanta on a small cattle farm. I went to school also in a very small town, so I was very accustomed to the small town life for much of my life. I studied finance at college. I was able to travel the United States doing consulting for 2 years, and then I got a little tired of that, so I took a stable job here in Atlanta for a company that we operate stores and restaurants and airports, and I work in finance, so I do budgets and a lot of reporting.
Can you tell the story of how you two got to know each other?
I came here in 2018 to learn English because I needed to take the test, the TOEFL. It's an English proficiency
Test of English as a foreign language,
Yeah, for foreign people. So I did a 4 months course in the Language Institute at the Georgia Tech, and it didn't go well. I did the test, I didn't get the score that I needed. So I came back in 2019 for the same period of time, but I was like, I'm gonna focus on this test. And I had a cousin that she was doing the same in Canada, and she was like, you have to download this dating app so you can meet people and be immersed with people that just speak English. I'm like, okay, I think it sounds good. So the first option was Tinder, I didn't know any other. And funny part of this story is he was my first match.
That's me would have it. I would happen to be her first match ever on Tinder.
First match on Tinder, and the first person that I dated with. And since then, he's been my English teacher through all this time.
Yeah, I went from English teacher to friend to lover to
husband.
to-
That's how it started.
Can you tell a bit about the dates? How it went? What did you do? First meeting?
I think I was kind of nervous because I didn't know how this worked, and because it was my first match. So I remember that I started doing this on Wednesday, February 20 something. And then, I don't know, I think it was on Monday, and then on Thursday it was on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And you offered me to go out for some drinks. It was I don't really want to have drinks because I want to feel comfortable in the situation that I'm this person that I don't know. So he was like, no, let's get a coffee.
Yeah, so we went to Atlantic Station. I was still working that consulting job, but I was actually at a project here in Atlanta, which was very rare. And I knew that at some point I was wanting to leave this job. But anyway, I was here in Atlanta, we matched on Tinder. Like you said, I think probably early in the week, maybe on the weekend. And so that Wednesday we went to Atlantic Station, which it used to be some large factory here. it's got like multiple campuses. Anyway, they've converted it to like a shopping and like restaurant district. So I chose Atlantic Station because it was convenient for both of us. Had a lot of options.
Yeah, we went to the coffee place and he was like, "Are you hungry?" So funny thing about this is when I meet people that I don't know, I'm just give them a hug and a kiss.
Yeah.
And the cheeks, I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" You know.
Yeah,
And
and I'm from the southern United States, and we're the same way. Like, we don't kiss, but we always greet people with a hug, even if we don't know them. We're very friendly type people. So that was natural for me. I guess we both kind of went to each
Yeah.
other and hugged too.
And
So
then he asked me if I was hungry, so we went to a pizza place.
yeah, we actually went to the California Pizza Kitchen there in Atlantic Station, like right across the street from the coffee shop. So we met in the coffee shop, didn't get any coffee. Like, we were immediately like, hey, let's go get some food. So we went to the pizza place.
So of course my English at that time was terrible. I just had like a preset like questions in my mind. I was like, I'm gonna ask this guy this type of questions. I don't have to like make a conversation, I guess. So I just like ask random questions and I just wait for him to like just speak. So that's pretty much
She
what I
asked a lot of open-ended questions, and I just was able to fill. And I like to talk too, so like I said earlier, like I guess I'm an introvert at heart, but I do appreciate good conversation.
80% no, let's say like 60%. I was understanding 60% of what he was saying.
I thought it was really well because I could tell that, like, not that you were shy, but like you were apprehensive to talk.
This on the first date or after?
No, we didn't.
No, we
Nor on the
kissed,
second
like,
day.
After
It was maybe the third or fourth day.
It was after going to your parents' house. So the third day he went to Topgolf.
It's a driving range though.
Ah.
So it's weird. It's kind of like the event type place. So it's a driving range. They have a bar there. They have like appetizers and stuff you can get there. So you really just go to hang out with people. And so it's almost like a work event for them.
It wasn't like a day. He just told me,
Hey, like, this is what we're doing. You're down the road. Like, you might as well swing by and hang out with us. Hey, like, there's a house party. All of my friends are going. And so we went to that party. And then we left the party and we were going to take Camila back home. That was on a Friday. And then on Sunday of that same week,
we went to your parents' house.
we went to my parents' house because my parents were actually out of town. And like I said, my house is maybe an hour south of the city, and we have cows. And so I had told her about all the cows that we have, and we have one cow that we actually raised with a bottle. Her mom, the cow's mom, passed away after she had her, and so we had to raise her with a bottle.
So she's so
So
mean.
she's super tame. You can go up and you can pet her. Like, all the other cows are not like that. You can't like really get close to them. They kind of keep 5-10 feet distance from you. Except for this one, like, she's like a pet. So
she saw me. He saw me going to the farm just because of the cow. I'm like, I want to see the
I
cow.
want to see the cows.
And then, okay, let's shoot some guns. I think with the first gun. So and then
Yeah.
when the bullet came out,
Not the bullet, the shell casing. And so she was shooting the guns, and as you pull the trigger, it ejects like this spent casing, right? And it's hot because that is just ignited powder, like it's extremely hot. So it was a very windy day, and so she's shooting, and when it shot, the bullet came out, and the wind blew it back into her, and it went down right down her
I was
shirt.
like,
Oh my god! She was like freaking out. And I felt so bad because I was like, the first time she had ever shot a gun, and she had this hot shell casing go right down it. And she actually had a burn there too. It was very hot. So, and then we came back and shot the bigger guns.
that was cool.
And she was really good with that. She hit the target on her first try with the big gun. Get some beginner's luck there.
And I guess what it helped, like the relationship to continue, is when I told him it may seem like trip he had had. Like he has traveled around like 20 countries. Like how many?
Yeah, but this was actually before.
Well, let's say like 15.
Okay, yeah.
So one day we were at a dinner and he was like, okay, Camila, tell me the date for me to go to Colombia. I was like, wait, what? Are you really going?
To get more serious too I was like, hey, if you invite me, like, I'm down, I'm gonna come. And I know that you always like to do good new things, and this is a place that I would love to visit. So
yeah.
a better way to see it than with a local, right?
Yep.
I knew that I was going to leave that job because I just wasn't happy. I wanted to do something else, and I had already been saving money to like take a little bit of time off. I wanted to take the summer off and take some trips. So I had already planned this trip like as we were really starting to get serious in like March and April. But I had already planned like to go to Europe for 6 weeks for basically all of May and like the first part of June. And so she told me, this is the weekend that you have to come to my hometown because they have this big festival every year, and she's grew up in a town of maybe 50,000 people. It's kind of a smaller town.
There is nothing happening in that town. Like, I don't think that there is a mall in that town.
No, there probably
It's
isn't.
so small, and it was like we don't look forward for this time of the year. I was like, if you really want to do some stuff, In my hometown, you need to come to this time.
How did you two officially become a couple, or when did that happen?
Officially, that was the year
So,
after.
yeah.
How did you make it official?
I guess it was like, hey, like, what are we gonna do? You know, like, I'm going to live with you. I guess we're official. It was something like that. Like, are we official or not?
When did you decide to get married?
My sister, my brother, and Camila all graduated in December of 2020, and none of them had a traditional graduation because of COVID. So Camila had a virtual graduation. Obviously, the job outlook was not good at the time. People were very skeptical. Like, companies were kind of hiring a little bit, and then she would have to find a job that would agree to sponsor her.
Oh, did you need a
So
sponsor?
you're going to need a sponsor.
Did you say yes?
And it was probably in mid-February, and we really started talking seriously about like what our options would be. And we started talking in February, like, well, if we really want to do this, we're gonna have to get married. So we just, like, one night, I remember, like, we were sitting in the car, and, like, we had come home from eat dinner or something, and we were like, you know what, let's start looking and seeing like what we have to do to get married. Like, we're probably gonna do this eventually, but like we're gonna have to do it right now.
And of course, I told my parents, we're like, oh, our daughter's gonna get married. Like, we need to go.
So-
So that's what happened. So we have like a month and a half.
So I remember we had 4 weeks to pull this off, which at first would have been fine. My brother's is an event planner.
I mean, I wasn't expecting anything that she did, and she did amazing. She was perfect.
While you were dating, did you think you would get married?
Oh my God, this guy never wanted to get married.
Yeah, that kind of was my thing. Because like that's the thing to do, right? You graduate high school, you get married, you get a job, and then you're just kind of stuck in that routine literally until you die. And I knew that like that's not what I want. And Camila definitely changed that, but it's still kind of hard to change my brain to.
Long time to think about marriage because it was so quick.
Yeah.
And actually,
It helped me especially because I had to make the decision. I was like, hey, I'm either got to get married or lose Camila forever. So it forced me to make a decision.
What are your plans for the future?
Maybe have kids in the future, maybe.
not.
Maybe not. I would say that we're not dead set on like, all right, we're gonna get married, we're gonna buy a house, we're gonna have kids, we're just gonna do like the classic American thing, like we want to retire early, travel. Like we hate like having to leave each other and go to work every day. Like,
What is one book that you can recommend to the viewers?
it's some kind of French. It's like a thriller book. It's like about a boy that is insane, so his brother wanted to find help. It's like a thriller.
Yeah.
I haven't finished, so
I'm reading a book it's called What the CEO Wants You to Know. I think it was written in 2000. It's kind of older. It's a very quick read. It's very brilliant in the sense that it takes kind of complex business principles and breaks them down to very easy to understand.
What do you think all humans have in common?
I'd say struggle. Like everyone kind of has their own struggles, and it's how you're able to deal with your struggle on whatever card you're dealt to get through it.
I agree. I'm gonna take his answer.
Thank you very much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like that, please subscribe to the channel by clicking on the logo.